mistakes that I've seen in society. Well, I think it's a mistake anyway, and I've learned this through my own experiences, and thank God putting it right. A mistake that society teaches men is to put a woman over your purpose, and I'll explain what I mean by that. I'll give some real examples. So most guys, especially younger guys, they prioritize getting women. Obviously, if you're ego, you're going to follow that unless you've got a lot of awareness, maturity, and it's something that you want to improve in. So they will prioritize just the idea, just getting lots of women to impress other men, and they think that's going to make them feel better. It makes you feel good in the short run, but it doesn't last. Now, even when you do get women, or let's say you do get a relationship, right, which there's nothing wrong with that, that's a good thing. You go into that relationship, initially you're happy and the girl's happy because you're both attracted to each other, you're in love. But then as time goes on, because you don't have a purpose in your life, you don't have something that gives you meaning and joy other than the relationship that you've got, you're going to be miserable, and it's actually going to affect the relationship. So I notice on this channel, when I talk about purpose and that, most people, they're not really that, guys are not really interested in that unless they've got to a certain stage where they've realized that. So ironically, in most cases, when you put your purpose first, now obviously I can't speak for all women, but most women actually say this. Most women say they're attracted to a man who has a purpose in his life. They may not use that word all the time, but it's the same word. They say a man who's ambitious, which is the same thing. Same thing, that's what I mean. When a guy's got that, women are more attracted to him. In most cases, women will always be, and I'm not just talking about physical attraction, that plays a part, but I'm talking about overall. They're attracted to that man, his character, his personality, as energy, body language, etc. 9 times out of 10, women are more attracted to a successful man than a man who's not successful, a man who doesn't have anything that he's working on. Example, a business or charity or being a boxer. Just finding what is your own purpose. So this is a mistake that guys make, and I made. And like I said, even for guys who feel like they're progressing, they're winning, you could get 10 numbers, you could date 10 women. You're still going to eventually you're going to arrive at a point where you're going to fail, or you're not going to be happy because you're in a relationship, but you don't have meaning in your life. So you're relying on an idea to make you happy. And the idea is, if I get lots of women and other men see that and know that about me, they're going to like me, love me more. But it's not. All these things are facades. They eventually will come to an end. Whereas if you have a purpose in life and you're happy and you've got something that you're working on, it's giving you meaning, you're going to enjoy your relationships better. So for me, it makes sense to prioritize. And I think that's actually, you're going to be able to give more to a woman. Because if she goes into a relationship with you, she's going to go into a relationship with a man who's happy and who's got ambition. Usually, if you see, all the clues are in life, but most guys are asleep. They don't see it. So if you look at most happy men that are successful, got relationships, it's because they're living their dreams, or they met a woman as they're pursuing it. So I made all these mistakes as well because I didn't know, right? You don't know what you don't know, which is why I'm teaching and educating you today. Those of you that want to learn, it might be at a point right now where you're realizing it. And it's of all ages. So that's why my teaching evolved in change, and I always help my clients to prioritize purpose first, attracting women second. And most women actually want that. I've had women say it to me, I don't want to date a guy who relies on me and is too clingy and needy and attached, and he's not responsible. He's not happy in his own life. So basically what guys are doing is, or what we're doing, we're going out with an empty cup and we're hoping that women can fill it for us, but they can't. Obviously, to a certain extent, relationship can make you happy, and that's a wonderful thing. And if you are fortunate to meet the right person, the right woman, and it's happened to me, which is great, who's kind and supportive, she can bring out the best in you and you can bring out the best in her. But that doesn't happen in most cases. So what I'm trying to say is, even if you're successful in dating lots of women or getting numbers or having a woman, you're going to be very unsuccessful. At some point, the shit's going to hit the fan and your mental health is going to be affected your whole life, and you will suddenly realize, all this time I thought I was winning, I thought I was a winner because I got approval and I'm dating all these women and I've kind of fulfilled that idea. You'll eventually, life will show you, it will teach you, I don't have to, that actually what you perceived and what you thought to be a winner could very well be the opposite, a loser, because you don't have meaning in life, you don't have that purpose to carry you through. And you see it with so many men. That's why so many relationships, that's why I believe they don't work. Now sometimes they don't work for many reasons because the man and the woman are not compatible, but often or not it's because of lack of purpose. And it can also be on the woman's side as well. Obviously today we're talking about men's issues. So I'm not saying that you can't go out and you shouldn't go out and speak to women. Of course you should. And I'm not saying you shouldn't date women. Of course you should. But what I'm saying is you shouldn't prioritize that over your purpose, because you're going to come unstuck, where I'd rather succeed in all areas. And at least that way, because I've done both, you feel more secure in a relationship because you're in a relationship and you feel good about yourself. So a lot of men find themselves, they may, even guys that are, stereotypically really good looking, could have a six-pack full of muscle, have money, fame, all that stuff, or whatever, but then find themselves depressed and not feeling good enough and feeling down and not feeling happy even though they've got a beautiful girlfriend because they haven't found meaning and they've not even thought about it. So I would encourage any of you that want to be more happy, successful, improve your anxieties, to find your purpose in life. And everyone's purpose is different, which is great. Everyone is different. Yours might be a business, or for someone else it's an artist, a boxer, MMA fighter, a writer, a director. But that's not what's important. What's important is that you find it and you live it. And then you live it for life. It's something you need long term as well. It's not a quick fix. Because eventually, you've seen it. See, these are the ideas in society. We have all these ideas that you think, if I just got loads of beautiful women, I'll be happy. You won't. No, you won't. I've done it. You won't. You'll be happy for a short time, and then the happiness will go down. Happiness comes and goes like the weather. But purpose and meaning is longevity. It's different. I'd say it gives you a different type of feeling. I'd say it gives you satisfaction, drive, focused ambition, and it's something that you can make progress in. So if you've got nothing to put your energy, and I would also make a point, I've said it in my other video, your purpose should never just be about you. If you find your purpose, usually it never is. Yes, it's about you and it makes you feel good. It will help a lot of other people. Just an example that comes to mind, Tyson Fury, he's got his purpose. He obviously got a good relationship, wife, family, inspired so many people with the mental health and his boxing. That's an example. I give myself an example, what I'm doing, coaching, teaching. When I first met my first serious girlfriend, I had purpose in my life. I found my meaning just in time and it worked out. I dated other women where I wasn't in line, I didn't have a purpose, I didn't enjoy it. I remember a period where I was dating several women, lots of women. I wasn't happy, I wasn't. I was happy at the start, because you think, my ego, I'm got all these women. It doesn't last in the end. So this is long lasting, which is why you should aim for it. And it's a change of mindset. And of course, it's not men's fault to begin with, it's our responsibility. Society teaches this in the ideas and the movies. And I'm not blaming women. It's not women, it's society. It's the society, it's the ideas that they put out there. But listen, women and men have been saying it for ages. And I'm telling you, how many women have you heard? I'm sure, come on. And I've heard it, women have said, they want to date. No, a man needs to find happiness in himself. Then you can bring that to a relationship. I think the same for women. I think that's one of the key ingredients in a relationship working between a man and a woman, is that they both have purpose in their life. It doesn't mean you've got to be perfect, and then you're coming into a relationship whole, not broken. And you're always going to be that broken, empty man, no matter how many women you date. You could sleep with, it will not work. It's failed time and time again. The generation have told us. I'm telling you, I did it. It didn't work. In the short run, yeah, it feels good. Like it feels good to eat a pizza or a burger for a few minutes, and then you feel bad because it's junk, or any high. It's a high. You're on a high when you get lots of women, but the high comes down. There's a really real lows. But when you find meaning, it tends to have longevity. I'm not saying that they have challenges, but life will be way better. And it's crazy because guys are always trying to figure out how can I be more attracted to women. Purpose, that's the most, more than looks, everything. Many good looking guys that struggle, it's not always about that. Looks can only take you so far. Looks, money, ego, Instagram followers, that takes you to a certain point. There's a certain point where it doesn't work. Purpose and meaning will take you places that all those things can't take you, and improve your relationships. I know this for a fact, and this is what I learned through life. I learned it from great women. I learned from my mistakes, my successes, and unlearning a lot of the things that society teaches men and women, which are they're not healthy, put it that way. And it's crazy that, again, guys will, if I do a short video on conversation skill or what to say, everyone will watch that because it's simple and it kind of fills into the ego at times. But something deep and meaningful, a lot of you don't want to hear it. But I understand, I'm not forcing anyone. That's what it's like until you grow up, you mature, and obviously you've got to want to improve. But for those of you that do, you will appreciate this video, and I really appreciate making it and sharing it, because it's just, you learn and you grow. And I found it fascinating, but it definitely works. It definitely keeps relationships going better, and it makes you more secure. Because the amount of men that have contacted me saying, I'm still insecure, dated women, I'm in a relationship and I'm always insecure, and I'm always insecure about myself, and a woman leaving me or not liking me or not being the best person I can be in a relationship. The answer is always the same: purpose and meaning. Find what it is. And when you do that, and when you're helping other people, making a difference to their lives, you don't have those real empty feelings around women, because there's always something missing when you don't have that feeling that you're doing something more. And the ego is it's not enough. It's too surface. It's too immature. It's too selfish, and it's too weak. So that's a solution to many of the problems. And like I said, funny enough, the byproduct of finding your purpose is, without even trying, and you just be yourself, women find you more attractive. Even if you don't tell them, even if they don't know what you're doing, it's just the energy that you give off. It's very different. Your body language, your whole enthusiasm is different around when you've got a meaning and purpose, and whatever that means. Doesn't always necessarily mean it has to be paid. That's not always a factor in this. It can be that, it cannot be that. But the most important thing is that you have meaning and you are living it and doing it, and you're content and you're improving, you're growing. Because that's the thing, you don't grow as much when you don't have meaning in your life. It's the purpose and the meaning that makes you grow. It's doing that venture, putting your energy and your focus, makes you grow, makes you a better man, keeps you growing, keeps you attractive, keeps a relationship alive, keeps it fresh, keeps the passion going, all those things. All right, hope you enjoyed the video. Like, share, subscribe. I'm sure you can let me know your thoughts in the box. Well, I hope this is going to help a lot of men. And I know these things take time. All right, see you soon, fearless.